Hi and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Melissa Leroy. I am a holistic nutritional practitioner currently working with Dr. Joseph Picone at Foothills Wellness Center. We are in my kitchen this afternoon working on week 11's menu. Sorry for those of you who couldn't join us today. We do have a couple people here who braved the snow. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful snowy Sunday afternoon. The first recipe that we're going to get started with is actually Monday night's dinner. So this is a crock pot recipe that you can make ahead, put in the refrigerator and or freezer, and then when you get up Monday morning, throw it in the crock pot, put it on keep warm and or low depending upon your crock pot settings, and then go to work, come home, and it's a wonderful meal. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to start with double bagging. I always like to label my bags so that way in case you're putting it in the freezer, you know exactly what it is, because all of us have busy schedules and we do forget. So we're going to start with the first ingredient, which is cream of mushroom. This is actually Pacific. It is an organic cream of mushroom. I use their cream of mushroom in chicken all the time. So we're just going to put it in the bag. We're then going to add 1/4 cup of chicken broth. 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard. So the title of this recipe is Crockpot Dijon pork chops. Yes, sounds so good. It is good. I'm going to make sure we get all of that wonderful Dijon mustard. So for those of you following a strict diet, you also want to make sure that you read the label on the mustard. Get the gluten-free because that is typically low sugar also. I know, sugar and mustard. 1 clove of garlic, chopped and or minced. And then what we're going to do is 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme. Nope, that we're just adding everything in here. We're then going to add 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. This is just a taste. That's about half, but that's okay. And then we're just going to add 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. And again, this is just a taste, so if you like more pepper in your recipe, put more in there or omit, optional. Now, the original recipe called for potatoes. So for those of you who are on a low carb, low starch plan, we are actually substituting those potatoes for turnips, okay? So we're gonna put the onions in first. This is 1 medium onion, just thinly sliced. And then we're just gonna add the turnips in. I'm going to give this just a really good mix here. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Remember, you're going to dump the entire contents out in the crock pot tomorrow morning. And then we're going to add about 2 pounds of pork chops. And note how thick these are. So if you didn't want to have this for dinner the next day, you would of course put this in the freezer. We're just going to release some air here and get all of that good marinade up to the top here. Double seal the bag just in case. You never know what's going to happen. And here's Monday night's dinner. Thanks so much for watching. Happy and healthy eating.